Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Jason with Suburban Adventures, and today I'm going to test a theory. I'm under this bridge, and it was about a year ago, same exact time of year, middle to end of September, where I came here, and over the span of about 2 or 3 weeks, it was just a really hot spot to fish, especially for smallmouths. In fact, I remember one day I came here and I caught like 21 or 22 fish or something like that. I even filmed a video here under this bridge. So today is actually September 15th. I may be a week or so earlier than I was last year, but I wanted to test it out and see if it was just a pattern where sort of beginning early fall, the fish sort of head down this way. I've done a couple videos back up that way. There's a low head dam up there. I will say it's been unseasonably warm here the last week. We're talking like mid-80s, so that may have affected the pattern a little bit, but I'm gonna get my red Daredevil spoon out and cast out and see if I can have the same luck. All right, let's go first cast of the day. I'm on about my 5th cast. I think I have yeah, I do have something out there. Look at this. That is not a big fish. Not a big fish at all, but at least I caught one. It's always good to get the skunk off right at the beginning. Look at this guy. Smallmouth, not very big, but it was on about my 5th or 6th cast, I'd say. And he's I couldn't even tell. He was so small on there, I couldn't even tell if I had a fish or not. So I'm going to try a couple more casts. Here's what I'm using. I'm using this. This is exactly what I was using a year ago when I caught all these fish. This red Daredevil spoon. So I wanted to see if the same pattern existed there this year. Let's cast out a couple more times. If I don't get anything, I might try something else. Ned rig or a soft plastic or something. Alright, well, about 5 or so more minutes with this. Casting out, didn't really get anything. I'm going to switch it up and see if I can get anything on a soft plastic. Alright, I don't know if you can see that. I got the old Ned rig on there with the green Pumpkin Magic Yamamoto Senko, half a worm on there. And let's see, cast this out there. It's very rocky here, so you do got to move it pretty quickly. I've lost a lot of jig heads here. They get snagged. So let's see if they want this presentation a little better than that, or Daredevil. Alright, I've been casting that Ned rig out there for quite a few minutes, and I do think I had, yep, I can see him out there. I do have something on there. He's not very big, but at least we're headed in the right direction. We got another smallmouth, and this guy, let me get out of the sun, is a little bigger, but not very big still. I was actually, I was just about to give up because I've been here for quite a few, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 minutes. He really choked that thing too. don't even know. Oh, there. He does not want to give up on that worm. Look at that. I mean, he's got this worm. He swallowed. It was way down in there, that far down in there. That's what I like about smallmouths. I mean, this guy is not very big, but they're so ambitious. He had this thing half eaten. So if I guess if I stay here long enough, eventually I'll get a huge one. Kind of just letting it float down there. I do run and giving it a couple of jerks every once in a while. I do feel them nibbling. I've gotten snagged a bunch of times too. Yeah, I'm gonna get snagged again. I just kind of let it float down. Give it a couple jerks every few seconds. Well, not a ton of luck here. I just lost my worm. I fished here for about a half hour, only caught those 2 little fish. I'm gonna head back up that way for a few minutes and just see. I'm not gonna give up here because I think I'm about a week earlier than I was last year. You can see that bridge behind me. That's where I was just fishing. I'm gonna head upstream here for a few minutes. I put another rubber worm on there. I'm gonna try that a bit. I don't see anybody up here, so I usually don't like to film when there's a bunch of people around. But I'll try a rubber worm, and then I was talking to somebody here yesterday who said that they just turn over rocks and try and find a crawdad, and then put a crawdad or crayfish, whatever, on the hook and use that for bait. So you can use them as bait as long as you're fishing with them in the same waterway that you got them. In New York State, that's the rule. So things are really low here. I have not seen things this low, maybe ever. So when it gets low, it gets pretty snaggy. So I would imagine I'll be getting hung up here. So let me cast out here and see what we can do. I got something. That was first cast. First cast. I thought I honestly thought I was snagged. Did he spit it? No, he's still on there. Okay. So there we go. Headed in the right direction. That was the first cast. Let me come in here. Headed in the right direction. Bigger. That'd be actually a fun fishing challenge. Right in the top lip. To see if you could, with each fish you catch, get a bigger fish each time. If this guy's bigger, I mean, again, like, I'm not gonna say he's award-winning. This is gone too. Look at this. Check this out. So if you're familiar with smallmouth, they usually have fins right here similar to these back ones. I don't actually know what they're called. I should probably, but look at it, it's gone. He's only got a little tiny piece of them left. So this guy's a survivor. I mean, he's probably no more than 8 inches, but he's a survivor. I'm gonna let him back. So first cast in the new spot. Let's see him. All right, I cast it out there a bunch of times. Got snagged about 2 or 3 times. I'm pushing my luck. I was able to get unsnagged, so I'm just gonna try right over there in the waterfall for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. The problem is that I am almost, my battery's almost dead on my camera here, so I'm just using it sparingly. So let's try over there by the waterfall. I'm just gonna try right in that corner. Nothing. I haven't had a ton of luck in this spot the last couple times I've come here. Right up against the wall. That feels like the cast. Let's see. Oh, yeah. The cast that got me snagged. And I gotta go walk over there and get it unsnagged. This is frustrating here. Well, I lost my rubber worm. I mean, I have others, but I'm gonna try and switch gears. I still do have my Ned Rig jig. I'm gonna see if I can flip some rocks and find some crawfish, crawdads, crayfish, whatever you call them. See if I can toss one of them out there and have any luck. Okay, let me see if you can see that. Oh, he's pinching me. Just got this little guy. This is what you call a crawfish or a crawdad or a crayfish or freshwater lobster. I'm gonna throw him on the hook and see what I can see if I can catch anything with it. He's a little small, but I almost feel like he's like perfect bait size. So I'm gonna put him on there and see if I can get anything. I think what I'm gonna do is head back out there where I was, and I have him still on my jig head, so I think I'm just gonna cast him out there and just sort of let him float down and see what happens. This river is absolutely loaded with them, so you know, I'm assuming that the smallmouth and other fish are eating them, but let's see what happens. So what happened was, first cast, I got snagged, lost my crawfish. I do think it's worth trying again. I have like a minnow trap. Throw some bread in, come down here, throw it over there for 10 minutes, get some crawfish. I'll put them on a hook and throw them out there. I've been here for about an hour and a half. I'm not gonna do that today. So I did catch some fish though. Okay everybody, well, hope you enjoyed the video. Not as much luck as a year ago, but I still think I'm about a week or two earlier than I was, so I will be back as we get towards the 20-somethings of September. Check it out and see if I can get anything under the bridge down there like last year. So you can check out more videos up there. You can subscribe there. Thanks for watching. Remember, get out and explore no matter where you are. We'll see you next time.